This album that you recorded, do you want to tell us a little bit about the recording process and kind of how it came to be?
Sure. Yep. Yeah, just the first couple years living here, I coordinated with a couple students over at Mainz, which is the Recording Institute on Hobson Street, you know the one, and found a pair of magic ears. His name's Joel Halford, and we just really hit it off. We have a lot of the same aesthetic tastes, and using our bedrooms and the facilities there at Mainz when we could, we just started recording when we could. And so the album literally has a budget of zero, just two guys who wanted to make the record. And we didn't have a deadline. And with the first two, I was just so eager to make music and get it out there and have it be out in the world. And this time it was more just about getting it right. So the recording has actually been done for ages, and we've just been taking our time, sending mixes back and forth, and just getting it exactly how we want. And it's done. I'm really proud of it.
Now, a lot of these tracks, I do remember seeing you guys play live quite a few times in previous years, and a lot of these tracks were played then as well. So have these gone through a lot of different changes, kind of the makeup of the songs, or they kind of stayed the same and just gotten more refined?
Right, yeah. I mean, I think actually these would probably be a bit truer to when you saw us a couple years ago.
Yep.
Because they were recorded then. As I said, we've just been working on the mixes and things, but the evolution of the live band has actually taken a different turn. So if you would have seen us recently, you would have heard more acoustic versions of these songs,
yep.
Smaller venues. So it's actually been really fun coming back to it now that we're getting our set ready to support the release. We've kind of remembered, like, oh yeah, it's fun to play rock and roll.
Did you guys kind of have any doubts or anything when you started playing them acoustically and kind of thinking, oh, these are better or worse acoustic, or do you want to maybe put out acoustic recordings of these tracks in the future?
Oh, good question, man. I'd like to put out the acoustic versions of these songs just because I like the idea of recording a song 2 or 3 different ways.
Yeah.
But as far as apprehensions about, how it comes across to our friends and our fan base live, I just figured there's time for it all. If you don't like the acoustic thing, we'll play another rock show pretty soon. If you don't like the other one, we'll be back to, piano and cellos soon enough. So, yeah, it's good to change. It keeps it fun for us, that's for sure.
An ever-changing, growing beast to Orchestra is.
That's right. We are a growing beast.
Let's have a look. Now, would you like Dave to play us a little acoustic track now?
Yep, I'll do that. I'm just going to take off the headphones.
Yep, sure.
Wire will get in my way.
Now, you're quite as you're saying, a well-versed acoustic musician. You guys have been playing for quite a few years in the acoustic realm. Is it something you like more than the rock show, or any different kind of aspects you feel?
No, it's just two different sides, They're both fun to do, and I think the funnest part about it is that there's just a change, and it keeps you engaged, and it helps you rediscover old material when you have to rearrange them and rework them.
It's a different experience as well when you can play, standing up rock show at the King's Arms and then go and do your sit-down one at the Wine Cellar.
Yeah, that's right, man. Totally different audience. Totally different how you feel on stage looking at a few familiar faces as opposed to just staring into lights that are,
Cool. Should we hear a track then?
Yeah, I'll play Heads and Tails. This is one that you guys have been playing. I'm giving you to the count of 5 to show me used to who I remember, to prove you got the will to survive. God help me if I'm wagging my finger, 'cause I've given to myself twice as long. Not quite sure why it's so long. One's reprimand is another's praise. Well, some such thing that's heads and tails, different from the way I was raised. Resurrected from the dead, I'll take my chance with you instead. Time time to provide alternatives to just shouting wrong, to prove a point by staying alive. Not quite sure it's so long, 'cause I'm accountable to no one but God. If only God was what I remembered, one shaming is another's praise. Well, some such thing that's heads and tails different from the way I was raised. As resurrected from the dead, I'll take my chance with you instead. Till there's nothing left to settle the score, 'cause the end is when you just don't care anymore. There was something that was lost in the war. Now just type 10% and worship nonsense. I'm accountable to no one but God. If only God was what I remembered, should I be ashamed for how I behave? Well, some such thing that's heads and tails different from the way I was raised. Resurrected from the dead, I'll take my chance with you instead.
It is David Kelley live in studio of 2am Orchestra, live on the Ian Show, Kiwi FM. Great rendition of Heads and Tails. Now that song, one of the...
Just spaced out, sorry.
Do you like to use your music as kind of a way to answer some questions, or to kind of put out questions that you have in your life, kind of maybe get some answers from other places?
Yeah, definitely, man. It's cathartic, and it's a way of thinking out loud and assuming that people will hear it and relate to it. It's a way of sharing that and saying, hey man, if we can't figure this out, maybe we can at least all admit that we're in it together and we can relate to it. And I think that's what great art does, and that's what I aspire to do, and that's what I naturally want to do if I'm creating something.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense. I think most people would
kind of get people talking about it, thinking about stuff.
Yeah, and not so much preaching like, here's some ideas you need to think about, but just more, just selfishly working out my own self on pen and paper and with a guitar in hand, because that's the way I always have and I know how to do.